What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, so come by, say hello. We do giveaways every stream, and we do giveaways every week here on the channel. All you have to do is leave your in-game username in the comments, and I pick out my favorite ones every week in the weekly Q&A videos. Also, if you're finding value in this content, or if it's just entertaining, I would appreciate if you would consider liking and subscribing. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. All right, so let's jump into today's topic, and that is my usual weekly 5 biggest takeaways from the Splinterlands Town Hall, formerly the AMAs. This is from yesterday, December 10th. They had one in the evening here in the US. And again, just to clarify for those who might be new to these types of videos for me, or just new to the channel in general, this is not a recap. I'm not going over every single thing that they covered. I pick out my 5 favorite things, or no, I don't know about 5 favorite, but things that really caught my attention and dig a little bit deeper into those. So I have my little visual here, and we'll go just right through it. Oh, look, and I moved around the numbers now. It looks like I don't know how to count. 3 doesn't happen twice, neither does 56 count. All right, so there we go. So also, there is a recap. What you're looking at right now is the official recap posted by Splinterlands. You can find it on PeakD, or they have a link to it in their official Discord server, the official updates channel within there. And what else? Oh, usually if you're looking for a video recap, like a shorter, truncated one, Dwayne Cunningham normally posts one. I have not seen one yet on his YouTube channel, but you know, this came out less than 24 hours ago, so maybe he just hasn't had a chance yet. But I would check there first, and I'm sure many others might be starting to post more content, which would be awesome. All right, so let's go in order. The first is we now have an announcement that bulk purchases are at about 1 million packs. So they're capping it at 6 million. Now, the cool thing is, I don't know about cool, but the new information that we have is that there is a deadline for this. So if you are interested in getting in either into one of the pools or creating your own pool, or if you have 100K just lying around that you want to invest into cards, 100K is the minimum. December 28th is the deadline. So that is coming up in less than 3 weeks here. And I don't know how I feel about if I want us to hit that 6 million or if I don't. I mean, I guess I don't want us to hit that 6 million. I don't know why I had to think about that. I don't want us to hit that 6 million because I would like to buy more. I think it's more so the macro investor part of me that's just like, man, if we hit that 6 million, the amount of like interest in this game is awesome. And you know, the amount of people coming in, it would be great for anyone who's invested in it in any capacity. But for me as a player, I definitely want to get more packs. And as an investor, I want to make sure that there are packs there. Here's the thing. I wouldn't want it to sell out right away in the first like 24 hours or whatever the case is. And I'm primarily aligned with the team on this because you know, Yabamat was even talking, I don't know if it was Yabamat or Hardpoint. They don't want it to sell out. They don't want it to sell out right away. As cool as a news story as that would be, and the kind of hype that it would create, you know, they're trying to be welcoming to new players, and I think that would be great if it's a double-edged sword, right? Because I want it to sell out because I want that hype there. But at the same time, I want new players to feel like they can come in and grab a pack because it's going to be a while, I think, until a new pack comes in. Their next steps, and this isn't part of the biggest takeaway, but their next steps are Wild Modern format, which, again, you know, they were saying January, and now it's been kind of a fuzzy cloud of Q1, and then Land after that. So to me, Land is Q2 at the earliest at this point. So if we're looking for Rift Watchers to be something in the mix, and I know their team is growing, so they'll be able to develop concurrently or simultaneously, but I would say that the next pack release is probably at least a year away. I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if it happened before like October of next year, because I feel like maybe they'll do like a 1-year anniversary of like the the Chaos Legion pre-sale, which started mid-October, and maybe they'll do something like that where October rolls around again, they start the pre-sale for Rift Watchers. If it happens before, hey, I'm all for it. Hopefully, I'll have connected, or hopefully, I will have collected some more DEC and cash at that time to be able to participate and get as much, and hopefully stacked my SPS at that time as well. But again, that's going to be after. So this is going to be after the. And again, this is speculation, but this will be after the airdrop. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the price of DEC, which we will be talking about as the last topic. So let's not jump there yet. All right, number 2, there is an official Splinterfest in the works. I'm so excited about this. I would love to attend if it works within my schedule. This game has been life-changing for me in many ways, not just financially, but just in terms of the community built. And it would be cool just to go meet the team, meet other people who are interested and obsessed in the same way that I am with this game. And especially, I think, just coming out of COVID, where, it's just been a lot of isolation for a lot of folks. This would be something really cool to connect with other people as we kind of reintegrate ourselves with the world. So hopefully that is something that will happen. It does. They have their location TBD. I don't know that they updated this. So location, I believe, is going to be TBD, but I believe Las Vegas is a top spot, and I would probably bet my money that it's going to be based in the U.S. just with where the team is. So yeah, if you guys are planning to go, let me know. Will be nice to play a match in person or something, or just, I don't know. It'd just be cool to connect with a community for sure. All right, number 3, there is a Zen Sports tournament, a year-long tournament planned for Chaos Legion, I believe. So let me go down here. So the team is partnering with Zen Sports to kick off a year-long tournament. There's going to be monthly tournaments with prize pools. There will be a ladder system that takes results from monthly tournaments and a huge prize pool for the end of the year. So this is for 2022, right? Zen Sports is hosting a Chaos Legion only tournament in January. So this is cool to me. Ever since I was a kid, I have loved organized competition. Leagues, tournaments, I enjoy setting them up. I enjoy organizing them. I enjoy participating in them. And again, I think it's just going to add so much value to this community here that, esports is huge as it is. We all love to see, the best of the best playing. And I think it's going to be really fun, especially now that many people are going to be on the same or similar levels, right? Chaos Legion is available to everyone. It's going to make up over 80% of total cards in existence, I believe, once it's fully released. So yeah, this is going to be awesome, and I would love to see a more organized focus on esports, and we are seeing that, right? But I would love to. I shouldn't say I would love to. I'm excited to see it once it happens, and I'm glad the team is focusing on this, and I'm glad it's also under kind of their marketing updates, right? Because this is a way to get the game out there, to get people excited, and competition is always fun to participate in and to watch. So Zen Sports, very cool. And there is a Chaos Legion only tournament in January, which I think everybody should participate in. Again, these are the cards that are available to everybody right now. So there's an article here. I believe Clove is hosting. Actually, let me not open the article now. I was already reading it earlier. But again, this is, if you want more information, you can check it out on the blog, or I believe the events are already set up in the system. Okay, now we get into the fun stuff. Lore. So there was an interesting thing here, and for those of you who are watching the video as well, I'm gonna throw this out there, okay? Because Nate was talking about the creative side and the lore and land and Praetoria, and he didn't say the buzzword, and I actually appreciate the fact that he didn't. But I'm gonna say it for him. There is a metaverse being set up, and I've been wanting to do a video on this because I just haven't had a chance to really collect my thoughts about it yet. But if you think about what is happening specifically with lore, right? And they have it here. Splinterlands is not just a card game anymore. Once Land is released, Splinterlands will be well beyond a card game. Now, Land is going to be this thing that that has a story and a history behind it, right? And one of the interesting things that he said about this was like, there will be a map, there will be all this history of what has happened in Splinterlands since, the beginning, the alpha, beta, Untamed, all that. And obviously Chaos Legion is where they're really focusing on making the lore a bigger part. But there are going to be historical sites, and if your piece of land is maybe close to one of these or contains one of these historical sites, it might be worth more, right? Now, again, this is just an interesting thing that will create, again, I'm going to use the word, and I hate using it, but I also think it's the only word usable. But it will create this type of metaverse where we, as it is, already live inside this game. If you think about it, there's a whole just absolutely buffed up economy, right? That people can go in, buy cards, sell cards. There will be land which will be producing items that you'll be able to sell. There's a full in-game economy. It's very robust, and land is going to take that to a whole new level. And this team has so much excited, or so this team has so many ambitions that I'm excited for. That, you know, they're saying this is not going to be just a card game anymore. And I believe that given enough time, and if they have the resources, and it looks like they're building out a phenomenal team to really carry this into the future, it doesn't have the traditional, and it sucks to even say traditional because Metaverse is so new. But when you think about Decentraland or Sandbox or games like that talk about Metaverse, right? It doesn't have that kind of spin to it yet. But I believe it has something that is just as equally, maybe even more important, but it has a history already, right? And once land is out, there's going to be this world that we can live in, right? And that we will have ownership in the assets in. Land being one of them, and who knows what potentially comes down in the future that might be introduced to the game. So this is really exciting for me. Again, I cannot state how pumped I am for where this game is going in the future. And not financial advice, but, you know, I'm essentially as all in as I can be on this, at least opposed to other games, because I feel like stuff like this gets me super pumped for the future. And again, other games, I'm not trying to crap on other games. I think other games are doing phenomenal things, and I am keeping an eye out for really cool projects out in the space. But I haven't seen anything that gets me, you know, excited about where things are heading as much as Splinterlands, because I love the game as it is, and the way that the game is going to evolve into this kind of universe, right? And that's why I say the word metaverse, but universe that people can live is probably a little too metaphorical, right? But this universe where people are making a living from. There are jobs that are currently available in games like Splinterlands and Axie Infinity, right? So even for myself, I go in and I earn some DEC. Now, right now, I play games and I earn DEC and I put that back into the game, but I could very easily take that out and buy myself a cheeseburger, right? Maybe not a cheeseburger. Maybe a steak. Steak sounds much better. So that's what I'm really excited for. And yeah, I know we kind of went deep into this, but I don't know. To me, it's stuff like that gets me very, very excited about the future of this game and gaming, you know, crypto gaming in general. Last one. We're gonna end on a sour note here. For those of you who are sick of me talking about DEC, I just wanted to call out, and there actually are some notes here about DEC, but in the AMA or in the like questions section at the end, one thing that I thought was very interesting was how casually the team talked about DEC, not necessarily going back to its peg, but actually planning for it to go below its peg, meaning that it goes below $0.001, right? Less than 1/10 of a penny. Now, you know, as I've been talking about, DEC is like, it's down 50% from its all-time high. I don't know if it's all-time high, but recent high, at least since I started in the game, which was about a penny and a half. It's about 0.007 as of right now. Again, can it go up in the future? Sure, but I just don't see that happening. As I spoke about in a previous video, the amount of airdrop points is being increased exponentially with the amount of cards that are coming into circulation with not just Chaos Legion, but the rewards cards as well. The rewards cards kind of started this, but Chaos Legion is going to take it to a whole new level. Every pack that you open, right? Every pack that you open that has a legendary or like a gold foil legendary. And I know those aren't as common, but for each one that is opened, that's 12,500 airdrop points. That's the equivalent of 12,500 DEC, meaning that if you wanted to keep up with the amount of SPS that you're getting, right, and have the same ratio, you need to be buying that much DEC. And again, I don't buy currencies, I buy assets. So it's fine if you're stacking DEC, but I would just be very aware of this as we're getting, not necessarily at the halfway point, but we're getting close to the halfway point of this airdrop for SPS. Now, what's cool is that they are considering talking about using the market value for DEC for certain things, not guild related, right? Because they don't want to devalue what has been done with the guilds and people who paid in the past. But in terms of, they're talking about potions, they're talking about upgrading, for future land buildings. They're talking about potentially using a market value. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because of the fact that they, without being prompted, talked about the fact that they would honor the market price until it falls below the soft peg price of 1,000 DEC to $1, or that 0.001. So if I remember correctly, they were saying that if it goes below that, they would still honor the peg, meaning that you would get that 1,000 DEC per dollar. Now, DEC would have to go down a tremendous amount, right? And I can't do the math. Whatever 1/7 is in my head, it would need to go down a significant percentage, probably, like 70+% at that point. But this is what they're saying that can potentially happen. And as I outlined in one of the DEC deep dives that I did, this would have to be paired well with Rift Watchers, because once the airdrop ends, the demand for DEC, I think, is going to drop quite a bit. And there aren't as many ways to burn DEC right now. Hopefully with land, hopefully with more people coming in and guilds being built. Actually, the prices for guild upgrades now is down. Technically, if you think about it, it's about half the value that it was when DEC was at 1.5 pennies. So, as it comes down, hopefully more DEC will be burned for in-game transactions such as that within the guild. But again, they're talking about burning DEC potentially for potions and upgrading future land buildings, all that stuff. So just a PSA, keep an eye out for that DEC. If you've been following this channel, you know that I hold very little DEC. I did hold almost 1 million DEC at one point, and I flipped that into SPS every time that SPS would dip, but DEC would hold its value. So that's just where we're at. Hopefully this was, we covered all 5. So hopefully this was valuable to you guys. Let me know what were your biggest takeaways in the comments section below. Would love to hear it. That's all I have for you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video.